With Aquaman or Aquaman, depending on wherever you live, and The Lost Kingdom, DCEU finally ceases to exist, and they couldn't care less to even give a proper farewell to the infamous 15-movie universe and instead contribute to the long list of uninteresting superhero movies of 2023. Might come as a surprise, but the movie wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Maybe the low expectations or seeing how other superhero movies have performed this year, and someone with even the slightest idea of what's going on in Hollywood, especially with this movie and the cast, might have predicted how this movie would fare in the box office, and rightfully so, it deserves it. However, I wasn't disappointed, or should I say that I was not as disappointed as I thought I would be, but disappointed nonetheless. If you really want to save some time, I would suggest to just read the quick one-liner from IMDB, and you would catch up with everything that happens in the movie. Believe me, you wouldn't miss a thing. What it says is, Black Manta seeks revenge on Aquaman for his father's death. Wielding the Black Trident's power, he becomes a formidable foe. To defend Atlantis, Aquaman forges an alliance with his imprisoned brother. They must protect the kingdom. And protect they do. That's it. That is the entire movie right there. There's nothing else that's missing. Maybe apart from Arthur's kid, who also has Aquaman's powers. Kid is just used as a prop in the starting sequence and is somewhere towards the end as well. I don't even remember now. It's that bad. Arthur's going through life as a father and also as a king of Atlantis, trying to manage both and isn't quite confident in himself. Also, how could I forget, there's Amber Heard as Mera, and she's got a decent amount of screen time in the movie. I'm sure most of it must have been cut down already, but there's still significant role for her. However, not necessarily adding a lot to the plot, but just as a means for the Black Manta to get to Aquaman. Now, talking about things that worked for me or didn't work, the visual effects are good, on point. Especially the underwater sequences were really interesting and beautiful. I just wish they would show more of that and build on that beautiful world of Atlantis. In relation to that, the action set pieces were surprisingly okay and not too hard to follow. I mean, there's not a lot of hand-to-hand obviously, but a lot of CGI fights, and the visual effects were good for the movie. Not anything world-changing, but good enough. Talking about acting and the cast, the only thing that stands out is the bromance between Patrick Wilson and Jason Momoa's banter on screen as Orm and Arthur trying to reach Black Manta. The back and forth, the brotherly banters, and both sharing life lessons were my favorite parts of the movie. Wait a second, that was my only favorite part of the movie. That too, mostly because of Patrick Wilson's presence. Not sure if it was just me but Jason's character in this sequel felt out of the place for me. I mean, that's how he generally is, but it just didn't work for me in this movie. Especially scenes that were emotional and serious, I just couldn't find that emotional output from him. Jason seemed to be enjoying a lot, a little too much than he needed to, which did feel right when they were trying to be goofy, but didn't work otherwise. Just felt that Jason came right back from Fast Access set to Aquaman's, even though I'm sure they must have been shot like way apart. Nicole Kidman as Atlanta was something to my liking, but that wasn't even as much as Amber Heard's screen time. She's the mother of the two brothers, and it might have worked more from the emotional aspect if they had done more with her. Talking about emotional connect, oh boy, Black Manta, the supposed villain of this movie, with him I just couldn't feel the weight he's been carrying ever since his dad died. Mostly because the Black Trident possesses him since the very start of the movie, and it becomes more about the monster, the spirit of Kordax, trying to get back to life rather than David Kane, aka Black Manta, taking Arthur's life for killing his father, which would have been more emotionally appealing to me. He is trying to kill Arthur, but it's more of a monster trying to take over his body and killing Arthur to set free from the blood magic set by King Atlan. There is a big fight in the end and no conversation between David and Arthur. It's just him giving his life away by himself by falling into the void. I mean, that's it. That is the movie, and all of this was done because Black Manta started using orichalcum or orichalcum, I don't even know how that's pronounced.
Orichalcum.
as usage of that substance was emitting high greenhouse gases and raised planetary temperatures, resulting to global warming, which is bad, but they don't even care to show the consequences apart from few frames of news channels snippets. I mean, I get that stakes are important for any character or plot, but having such higher stakes every single time for every single superhero movie is not gonna work anymore. Not even caring to show the consequences just becomes words without meaning. To quote Wikipedia, the use of this substance nearly caused a planetary extinction. Damn, that's a lot. And overuse of such big words just being thrown at you makes you insensitive to a point where you don't even care what's at stake. And that's a very sad future, because stakes give motivations to our protagonists. We are aligned with why they do what they do. But sadly, these superhero movies nowadays take that for granted. So overall, just the most basic superhero movie to end the DC extended universe. It's not bad, but it's not good as well. It's just okay. It's just mid. If you just want a superhero movie for 2 hours on a Sunday evening, feel free to give it a watch. It doesn't hurt. But if you do decide to not watch it, you wouldn't be missing out on a lot. You wouldn't be missing out on a historic ending of DC franchise. That's just how it is. That's how I felt about the movie. Let me know how you guys felt about the movie and what your expectations are from the new DC Universe movies under James Gunn. A lot of people are quite interested, whereas a lot of people are not quite into it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.